The reason that my wife and I started this organization was we just wanted to be able to give back to the veteran. We wanted to, I was homeless. I was strung out on meth, so I've been at the bottom of the barrel. I've hit that rock bottom. And what we're here to do is to help show the veterans that they don't have to stay on that bottom no more, that there's a way out. There's a better, healthier way of living your life than what we do. We started off originally being a suicide prevention place. And really with that, it was just to help the veterans to stay alive at that point. Now we've gotten more into the recovery side, whether it be from drugs, PTSD, just life on life's terms.
I lost my wife about probably close to a year and a half ago. And in the summertime, when I was able to stay really, really busy, but I was able to kind of get out of some of the grief that way. And then when it started turning cold and I wasn't able to get out, I will be honest and say I went into a tailspin. I had a pretty deep spiral and I started fighting depression, and I never reached a point to where I would have said I was suicidal, but I reached a point to where I kind of felt like, life wasn't any fun anymore. My pastor told me, he said, you need to go down to the Veteran Center, and he said, you'll meet up with other guys that have some of the same experiences you had, and it was a godsend for me. It gave me something to do to get out of myself.
When the veterans start isolating, they get bored. And with boredom brings on the other things. It brings on the depression. Because when we're alone in our thoughts, that's the only place we're at. We're alone in our thoughts, and that's it. I can vouch for myself. I can wake up from having night terrors, come in here and work in the leather shop and be productive and get to see progress in something that I'm making with my own two hands. It gives you a way to have a sense of pride, whether it be with the leather shop, the art room, working on your own motorcycle.
Personally, the Veteran Center has given me new friends and acquaintances. It's given me a direction, something to do, besides sit in my house and watch the walls. And it's given me a little bit of a chance to give back to the community.
So we started a 24-hour hotline. It's not necessarily just for suicide or anything like that. It's more along the lines of vets helping vets. Nothing can compare to another vet understanding exactly what another vet's going through. And it takes that for the understanding. My wife can't understand exactly what we go through. It takes somebody that's walked through it to get it. We've got to learn how to transition from being a soldier to being a civilian. And sometimes that takes 15 to 20 years for some veterans without the proper help.
And the support system is unbelievable. Me personally, I've had a lot of health issues. And every time that I was sick or in the hospital, these guys would come and visit, call, and I just try to repay that back to the center, by just being down here to talk to somebody. These guys talked to me while I was going through it, and, I just try to repay that back to them. If they're having a hard time or a bad day, I'll sit and pray with them and talk to them, and it's just good to have a place to go to get out of the house and to be around other vets with PTSD and so many other issues that they may have. Just to sit and talk helps more than anything. I've seen veterans come in here, just totally at the end of their rope, so to speak, and being able to sit down and get the help that they need. And then you'll see them again and they're like a 180-degree turn, it's just a totally different person.
I would say it has brought me out of depression and put me in a position to where I'm kind of living life on life's terms now.
There's lives being changed here. I've watched these guys that have isolated for years come in and just prosper and grow and blossom. And they get together and go on shooting trips. They go to the rifle ranges together now, and instead of just sitting at home and drinking beer in front of the TV, they're actually out getting to live their lives today and be happy today.